Hello and welcome to Black Crow Gaming. Now, this isn't our Meta Monday, as it's obviously not Monday, and we actually tried to do this about 30 seconds ago, and then Josh screwed it. So I've decided I'd do a completely different intro and just highlight just how much of a bellend they are. Oh dear, first 2 minutes on YouTube didn't go too well. Anyway. We're gonna get into it. So you're probably wondering, what are we doing tonight? Why is there so many of you on here? And as you can see, I've got several guys from the Black Crow Gaming team here with us tonight. Give everybody a wave, folks. Oh. There you go. That was a great wave. I really get more enthusiasm, guys. Come on. I mean, now it's just getting now it's just getting rude. So tonight, what we're planning on doing is a kind of a roundup of what we've done for the year. We're going to talk about sort of some of the ambitions going forward. We're going to have some skits because we all love our skits. We're going to talk about our captions. And about 30 seconds ago, before we had to stop and redo this, I actually showed the guys the first caption. But because I've already showed them, I've made a decision that I'm going to mix it up. And we're going to go for someone different. And I'm going to give you your first caption, guys. I'm going to give you Crack Addict Aaron. So, this is Crack Addict Aaron. I've literally named it as such. And obviously, it's not drug addict Aaron. It is plastic crack Aaron. So, Dale, you are, this is your first on the podcast. We are going to ask you to caption this first. So, come on, what's your best? Give me your best.
Taking it in the crack for plastic crack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Next, Sam. I'm going to come to you. Sam, what's yours?
Pegging for 40k, that's what the advertisement would be.
Oh my god. Okay, Josh. On to you, Josh.
You're going in that sweet crack.
Oh dear. And Simon, we're going to come on to you.
I can't go after that. That was you don't look so much like a crack addict. You're more like one of those old dinner ladies that are sat pointed at Christmas. Yeah,
Oh god. Okay. God, that kind of hurt me deep. Okay, and Toby, last but not least.
The ink can't split my army like it did my arsehole.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna...
See, that was taken shortly before Aaron then did go and play the incarn, so it makes it even better.
Oh, and moving on. Oh, savage. So we're going to move on, and we're going to come on to one I showed them all earlier. And I'm going to start with this one. And hello, Simon. So this is a photo of Simon just as he pulled his arse out of Nurgle's rotting arsehole. And as you can see, there's the leftovers.
yeah. There's so many your mama jokes there I want to do.
Oh dear. Right, Dale, we're going to come back to you again because I quite liked your last response.
What happens when you give a Ross a trombone after a curry, innit?
For those that don't know what a rusty trombone is, lucky you.
Don't Google it.
Dare you.
Okay. We're going to come to you now, Toby. Toby, what's he got for us?
It looks like Jesus had a shit year.
Oh, God. Okay. Sam, what have you got for us?
This is Simon, apprentice age 19. You can see the chefing trade has fucked him.
And last but not least, oh, burn. Well, not with that face. Anyway, last but not least, Josh.
This is the first unpixelated picture of a Yeti.
Oh. And as I feel like as this is naturally going on, and Josh, you've just rounded it off so nicely. I think we should finally come to yourself.
That's my anniversary, you bastard.
So
I've got a good one for this.
Fo-
Definitely the face of a man that could have been playing Warhammer but had to attend his own anniversary.
That's the first caption.
Oh god. Okay, right. Toby, go for it.
That's the face that Drakari gives you just before he slips the bigger plug in.
Oh boy. Simon.
Oh god. Oh no, I can't do half of these.
That's the after shot after you gave Josh the rusty trombone, isn't it?
Sorry, Simon, I didn't mean it to come out like that.
Oh dear.
You said you loved me.
I mean, that's definitely the forehead of a man that wish he had sun cream.
Oh,
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was so contemplated with the menu and the wine list that she caught me off guard.
wine list at a Weatherspoons.
Fucking expensive restaurant.
And Sam, last but not least, it's your turn to go for it. What you got for us?
The puppy eyes you try give her, so she'll use the other hole.
Oh.
Probably the wrong place to say that.
Emma's going to appear behind you like a mandrake and just.
Josh got a lot of the gap.
I was about to say, this is probably made worse by the fact that, you know, her dad will
So-
probably also watch this too.
I figured with the with this caption contest, I feel like I've decided I'm going to give somebody an award, and the way I'm going to reward people is I'm going to award them with Elder Tobys. So. So tonight the award for the best caption, drum roll please guys, goes to Dale for his he definitely was the most entertaining caption, and you get your first Elder Toby.
Elder Toby.
You have to feed it and water it.
No, you don't.
Complex about being short. I'm very good at dishing out insults, but not so great at taking them.
It's okay. I understand that, and Pangolin Toby approves.
Oh,
I think that's my favourite. Honestly, that's my favourite. I mean, Toby, we must all
Aaron, there's just two pictures of Toby there.
Yeah, no, we put the wrong photo. That is just two pictures of me.
And you know what? As I said, no one was safe. Just before the stream, folks, I got sent a fantastic photo, and he's dreading it. And I'm just gonna. And here it is. Here's Votan Sam.
My favourite part is if you take the Photoshop away, it still looks like that.
It really did.
It's Votan Sam. And so, you know what? Like as we've got.
Sam is 85, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna. It's gone quite well, and I quite like the way that Votan Sam actually, you know, is a dominating looking character. So we're not gonna caption this. We're gonna come into our first game of the night, guys. I did give you a kind of a warning that we were gonna do some comparisons, and the comparison game for the folks at home watching this, and this is part of our Black Crow Extravaganza, is essentially I'm gonna give them an either or. I'm gonna be, for example, does Angron weigh more than a Warlord Titan? And what I want them to do is to try and give them the best rationale they can. and it needs to be funny. If it's not funny, I'm just going to fucking boot them off the stream, and we're going to listen to somebody else talk shit for the next 20 minutes. So,
Cool, quick, nice, brilliant. Yeah.
so would you rather? This is where I'm going to start with. So I'm going to start with Dale. Would you rather take a power claw to the jaw, or sniff a grot's ass?
I don't know. It's a good-looking grot.
Nicki Minaj.
If it's a Nicki Minaj looking grot, sign me up for a grot ass.
To be fair, we could get the first-hand experience because we've got that photo of Simon from when he did sniff a grot's ass.
Excellent. Very well done. Okay, I've got another one for and this one's going to go for Simon. I want to see how Simon deals with this one. So I'm going to kind of give you an either or again, and it's going to be another would you rather. So with both hands. So would you rather be tortured by a Drakari mandrake, or would you rather lose to Josh?
Josh, because at least that's more enjoyable.
Hey! Oh. Yeah. So the only.
Do the nerd thing. Actually, a mandrake doesn't torture; they just kill. Mandrakes don't torture; they're just nurses.
Sorry, when were we going to boot people off stream for not being funny?
So you'll get.
Shut up.
So this is your first warning. This is your first Votan, Sam. So don't get to 2 Votan Sams.
It's a grudge marker.
Oh no! It looks like Josh and Sam have dropped off the. Oh, they're back. They're back. It's great. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So we're gonna do their would you rathers before they both disappear. So Sam, can you hear me?
Yeah, we'll hear you.
Good. So here's one for you. Would you rather ride a Warlord Titan's back, or would you rather have average dice rolls?
I mean, dice rolls aren't changing, so I'll take the back from the
The likelihood of being able to ride a Warlord type or have average dice rolls is definitely leaning towards
Sam doesn't get either.
getting hold of a Warlord type first.
And
Sam could have weighted dice and still roll ones.
You waited on the wrong side, so
Sam's the only person that'd actually be able to.
If Sam's dice did what they're actually meant to do, though, he would be our best player.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Right. So we're gonna move on. Josh, are you ready for yours? Would you rather be a filthy meta chaser that we know you are, or
Slander.
or a filthy meta chaser that we know you are?
I guess.
Right, I don't know where this news has come from, and I'm calling it slander.
To be fair, you did play 12 War Dogs instead of 13.
I tell you what, I'd rather people assume I'm a meta chaser than the other way around.
Actually, be a man chaser.
Yeah.
And
I don't like to think I am, but that's fine. If people want to think I am, then I'll slap their faces over the table.
and this is the one I'm quite looking forward to now, and I've been saving you to the last, Toby, because I know how much you're going to enjoy this.
Oh God!
So, would you rather be Elder Toby, or would you rather be the sex offending Pangolan Toby?
I mean, that decision got a whole lot quicker from that addition to it. Shockingly, I'd quite like to be older, Toby.
Yay!
No YouTube channel has done this much.
Pangolin. It's a pangolin, you absolute Neanderthal.
Oh, whatever.
All right, David Attenborough.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I do love that photo of the pangolin because it does just look so apologetic. But I think my preference is elder Toby. Because also I'd quite like to go to Uganda.
You just like preaching.
I do.
There's a joke there somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, it's for the Emperor.
No, let's not do that one.
That's avoiding.
Yeah, no. Before we offend far too many people, let's move on.
Right, we're going to move on after that cancel query, and we're going to.
Hold off at your mum jokes in the chat. I don't
Yeah.
need to.
Oh yeah, we've got to be careful of certain jokes we say in the chat. That could end badly. Anyway,
We got away with me as a servitor this time.
Yeah, moving on. And yeah, Nazi servitor Toby. That's what we need to
No.
I was like, let's allude to it. Aaron's like, no, let's say it.
Anyway,
Jumped into the fucking eye of terror.
we're going to get into the serious stuff now. We've had our fun. We've had our boy chat. We're going to get into the next bit, which I'm actually going to hand over to my wonderful Pangolian co-host, Toby. Now, Toby has been obviously sending us the structure through, gents, of sort of kind of what he expects. But for those who don't know, because Dale hasn't got a fucking clue, and I can clearly see that, Toby, would you...
That's generally just a live thing. It's not restricted to streams.
No.
Yeah, this is true. The general look of surprise that people are just as big as him, it's just shocking. Anyway, just like his children.
Hey, be
Just
grateful Santa's released me for a little bit, right?
yeah, this is true.
Busy man this time of year.
You have definitely been borrowing Josh's 1CP strap for the long leash. Anyway. We're
Anyway.
We killed John. Oh, bastard.
anyway, Toby, I'm going to hand it over to you before I get us all cancelled. Tell us the structure of tonight's questions.
Yeah, so tonight, for our slightly bit more serious aspect of the show, we're going to talk about the year as a whole, so 2023. So we're going to go through our personal achievement for the year, our team achievement for the year, and then our personal goal for next year, and then the team goal that we'd like to see next year. So it's going to be a little bit more wholesome. There's probably going to be some jokes thrown in there as well, probably about my win percentage, and then we'll have a great old time.
You got a win for it.
Yay!
Excellent. So let's get started. So we're going to give Dale an opportunity to kind of have a think about this. So we're going to go to the guy that literally just spoken over me because he's a bit of a penis, and we're going to go to Simon. Simon, please give us the answers to Toby's structure.
Which structure was that? Right, sorry. Yay.
Don't-
So, from the personal point of view, there was podiums at multiple events. Won a couple of events with Jukari in 9th edition predominantly. 10th edition wasn't a good start for me, but I did podium with the Eldar, so we'll take that. Team achievements, just been helping support and grow Black Crow and just grow Black Crow. Obviously doing the YouTube channel with Josh, doing the bat reps with you guys, just enjoying that really. Spreading the Black Crow love. That sounds wrong.
That's our only plans.
There'll be a link at the end.
Only crows, John.
Yeah. So you just get crows showing up. But yeah, goal for next year is I'm going to focus on Jukari. Because
Well, now you found a broken list.
now I've found a broken list, absolutely. Yeah. Because I'm not. Craft Worlds is just not enjoyable to play. It's just point and click and.
You found out vials to collect people's tears.
Yes, yeah. My wall is full of tears, which is going to be a bit boring. But yeah, winner RTT or GT with Jukari. Continue to push to be in the top 5 in the UK, top 10 in the world if I can. Take different lists and just change the meta sort of aspects of it and just adjust that. And then the team goal for the team is to help with the expansion in the other areas. So we've got Norwich, we've got our Devon chapter. Just help support YouTube. Get the Crow team at ITT to at least get one of them to a 4-1 finish. And yeah, just generally support and just grow and keep doing what we're doing. Really, that's about it.
Thank you very much, Simon, for getting us started on that. And yeah, you know, it has been a great year, and the achievements you've done so far have been spectacular. I think there's something like that is great for me as a host just to be able to highlight is actually your attitude at the table is second to none.
Great to play against.
Yeah. It's not fun for an opponent, and it's not fun for anyone, is it?
And I think that just you kind of just you encompass everything that we stand for with Black Crow, and that's really important. And I think for the viewers out there, if you ever do come up against Simon Claxton, feel free to abuse him as much as you like because he deserves it, but also you're going to have a fantastic game.
I played Drukari for a reason.
They were broken in.
Thanks for spelling that out there, Josh.
So
I know from personal experience.
So as we've just done that, Simon, thank you for doing that, and I'm going to continue to give Dale a little bit more time because he still looks perplexed. We're going to go on to.
Yeah, the expression's not going to change. We'll just have to jump in at some point.
Yeah, we'll throw you in the fire soon. We're going to go on to Sam. Sam, could you just give us your roundup, the things you like as Toby said? I'm going to go from there.
Yeah, so my personal goals this year were less from tournaments, more towards the hobby itself. So completed a few armies, completed one more. So the Admech army got finished, completed the Votan army and my Titans along with my Knights. So all those armies completed, and then Custodes for when 10th edition kicked off this year. So my goal for next year personally is to be in more events and end up with a good podium position if I can. So that's where more hobby side as well as playing Heresy. So
wow,
team aspects. I guess just be more involved with the team and people who see events as well. Represent and give everyone the attributes that we aspire to give out. Be kind and be a decent hard game though. So
Also, you're doing a lot with the channel as well.
Yeah.
For the battle reports.
So for those that don't know, Sam, he does a lot with the battle reports as well, but he also helps us out quite a lot with the backfield stuff. So our Discord, Sam thankfully manages that for us because some of us just physically don't have the time. Does a lot of our sharing. Yeah, does a lot of our sharing on Facebook as well. So the road to success definitely includes Sam, and we can't do it without him. And then the next person I'm going to go to, and by all means, I think he's ready for it now. I can see it in his face. We're going to go Dale. Give us your rundown, Dale.
Rundown. It's not too dissimilar to you, is it? Obviously, mainly sticking with Orcs. I think it's easier for me, especially because of the changeover of editions as well, to sort of focus down on one faction. So, sort of end of night, I think, was towards the start of the year, wasn't it? Pretty much. Attended a GT. Didn't go all that well. I mean, it was okay. I think I came away with a 3-2. I would have preferred a bit better, but yeah, no, it was okay. Into 10th, it took me quite a while to figure out the Orcs. I played quite a few games, especially because if you were still running the same list, it just didn't work. It didn't work. So that took me a while. Just over halfway through the year, I think I cracked it. Went to an event in Curtin, managed to win that, which was really great. I really was actually quite shocked. So that was really good. Again, actually, I might mention just to the key Crow players, a lot of the guys that organise this, especially you and Josh, the support behind it as well. Like, you messaged me straight. I mean, remember your message came straight through as well, so you must have been watching the results fucking live.
BCP was on my phone, like, he's done it, let's go.
Yeah, the hype train behind that as well, just made me feel so good as well. So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I guess team aspirations for the year are probably join the guys that have given me so much positive encouragement. Pick up on that. Again, I'll probably try and take a bit more of a part in the Crows. I'm a bit more of a side member at the moment, but we'll see what time I can free up.
Yeah.
And I guess the other hobby aspiration is, and the other guys will know that I take forever, is actually finish my fucking Black Templars. Yeah, watch here for 2025 might be more realistic. But other than that, yeah, and then get some. I've got a tournament at the start of the year. I'm going with Josh as doubles, so that should be a good laugh. Me and Josh will probably just get drunk.
Yeah.
And then I think I've got an event with you in February, haven't we? So
Yes, we're going to Crossroads.
Hopefully the FA Cube will be kind to orcs, and hopefully we'll go crush some opponents.
Yes.
And obviously have a good laugh.
So
About it.
that's the plan. So Toby has unfortunately just dropped out in the top right-hand corner there. So I'm going to wait and see if he comes back. But in the meantime, Josh, why don't you give us your rundown?
Yeah, so it's been a pretty good year for me so far. I'm on, from a personal point of view, I'm on 3 wins this year, and I've pretty much podiumed at every other event I've been to. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then, but I've kind of taken a step back this year. Like this year has been a bit of a not doing quite as many events. I've probably only done about 8 or 9 this year. But that's been great because obviously we started YouTube about, I don't know, 3 months ago now. And that is taking up a lot of time, but good time, from the hobby point of view, from the team point of view. So yeah, as far as team's concerned, I mean, I'm happy that, our merch is in a really good place, I think. Building the YouTube channel, obviously you guys have been doing a cracking job with the podcast. We're getting some battle vlogs out from events, and then obviously the battle reports as well, which are really enjoyable to make. So that from a team, sort of team point of view, building stuff for the channel has been great. My personal goals going into next year, excuse me, is to really just kind of keep growing the YouTube. I mean, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm sure the guys who are coming on the battle reports are really enjoying themselves as well.
Be a part of it, yeah.
Yeah, and just kind of keep developing that, and I'm hoping to get more feedback in time from our viewers on maybe changes or what you guys are looking to see more of. But I'm liking to think that we're in a good place with that. We want to keep trying to push the vlogs at events. I actually really enjoyed doing that at Crossroads, and I know that Simon felt the same when he went to Curtin, and Dale did his little rundown of his win. So that was all great. So yeah, that's going to be really good to focus on. Personal goals for next year. I want to just kind of keep. This year's been a good year for me. I just kind of want to keep that streak up. Previous years, I've kind of stuck to a faction, and whether good or bad, I've kind of just stuck my way through it all the way through the year, which isn't a bad thing. Like, it's been great. But I also found when I was running Grey Knights for when it was all the way through Nephilim and stuff.
Way too long.
I was running for a long time. I just got bored, and it kind of like lost my spark a little bit for the army and just the game. And I was like, I can't keep doing that. And I know a lot of guys are specialists like Dell, and that's great. But I'm not that sort of player. I need to sort of adjust and change armies, and I'd like to exploit the codex and find ways around things that no one else is doing. Fucking off meta, you bastard. Right. Anyway, moving on.
The thing is, Josh.
I'm trying to chase that different avenue. And so if I can chase that different avenue, then great. And if I can keep podiuming and winning, then I'm happy. From a team point of view, look, this year has been mega for us. I mean, we've changed editions. We started the year out with just over 20 players?
Yeah, something like that.
We're over 50 players now. Norwich chapter is doing amazingly well. Devon's growing. We've obviously still got the OC chapter. We're now wanting to look at growing sort of Ipswich. Is that right, Aaron? Is that going to be a thing?
So we've got Ipswich has got already got 6 members. Peterborough, we've just started our Peterborough chapter. We've got 2 guys starting with us, and they're going to be heavily involved in that growth as well. Obviously, we've got our own friend Mark, who is in Reading, who eventually, when he's ready, he's going to start doing the Reading chapter. So we call it these area chapters.
My big focus for next year is helping Mark.
Yeah, we call these areas like our chapters, but it's as we grow, obviously, it's difficult for us to all talk in one space. So we have them all sectioned out into chats, and I think it's just worth noting to the public and like people who'd watch this, if you do watch it, that there's no limit. We're not looking for people who are like 5-0, 4-0, 3-2. We're not looking for player skill per se. We're looking for people who are your average person, good guy at the tabletop, or girl or person, and we want people like that in our team, because ultimately it doesn't matter how you do it at a tournament as long as you and that person you've engaged with in that tournament have had a good time. And
like great games, isn't it, rather than great wins.
Yeah, and although we like look at the meta and we consider it and we review it and we talk about it, and we talk about it from a point where we have knowledge and we get guests on who know it, and when you play games, we play hard games of Warhammer, but you've also got to bear in mind, like, we're coming at it from an angle of we want to just have fun with the person we're playing with, and we would rather not crush somebody. We would rather play a good game of Warhammer and have a laugh, because we all come from what it actually means to play Warhammer, and it's about the community aspect, and that's something that Black Crow is really massively about. But we're not gonna diverse, because we've got one more person who we need to kind of talk about. And also, Dale, I wanted to just make a point. You said that you're a side person, but the efforts you've put in the battle reports. I think you're great watching you play a battle report. I love your one-liners.
Yeah, really.
I love the way that you play, and you're definitely.
I hate watching myself.
Yeah. Well,
Word says the same.
Yeah. But we're going to get on to the last but not least. We're going to talk to Toby, and Toby is somebody who has joined the team recently, for all things considered, but he's achieved so much in this hobby in such a short period of time. And Toby, give us a rundown, mate.
Yeah, so obviously I've joined, I think sort of early September, late August. So it's been really great just to kind of just bed myself in with the team, get to know everyone really well, and sort of get the opportunity to do a little bit more. In terms of my personal achievements, I would say I've got two ones that really stick in my brain, which is the 4-1 that I got at the EAGT. It's right in the backyard. I ended up, of the Norwich players, ranking the highest of the guys that came from Norwich. So I was really pleased with that. And then there was a couple of articles that I got mentioned in for that performance. Tactical Tortoise did a video on me. Well, not just me, but like I was part of that, which was really, really cool.
You don't have to be modest. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't plan to be Dale. But that was really, really cool. And then more importantly, and I think that, in all honesty, I got most sporting at a really difficult time in my life, and still to get that recognition after having what was quite a tough time personally, that was really rewarding. So that was really positive, and a lot of that was because I had so many good friends around me. So I think that's yeah, and I think that's the main thing. The fact that Warhammer can be so much more than playing toy soldiers. And I think I know I'm making it a bit more serious, but I think that's important to mention. In terms of the team achievement, getting involved a little bit more with this kind of stuff has really been something that I've enjoyed. Particularly our sort of our AI stuff. That's a lot of the stuff is sort of my yeah, I do. That's not AI. That's just Canva. But I get to do quite a lot of the graphic design for us. Yeah, that was also me. But yeah, so that's good fun. I enjoy that. It lets me be creative, and it's let me design the Peterborough Slam's new logo and things like that. And like seeing that on BCP is really cool. In terms of a team goal for next year, I really want to focus on the Norwich players in particular. I've brought in a couple of new Norwich players recently who are very, very new to the game, and sort of very similar to how I was when Aaron brought me in and supported me to get me to the point where I am now. So I'd like to pass that on to some of our newer players in the area, help build Norwich more, and hopefully start seeing us perform really well. I'd love it if we can try and become one of the well-recognised team names. I think one of the sort of the unofficial goals is we want to try and finish higher than the people like Vanguard Tactics, for example, because obviously they're a really well-known team, really competitive team as well. So setting our eyes on those probably quite tough goals, and achieving that would be awesome.
Well done, mate. You have smashed it, and you've come into the team and you've done loads, and you should be proud of it if you want to be. Obviously, you don't have to be, but you should be proud of it. And obviously, we've been to a lot of tournaments together, and you've done very, very well, and we've got more to come. I haven't missed anyone out, have I?
You've missed yourself out, haven't you?
And we're going to talk about sort of my year roundup. So obviously I was saying that Josh brought me in, and we kind of met through this online Warhammer game, which was we bonded over a mobile Warhammer game where we both
Grinder
quickly. Oh God, I can't even do this. Oh. We quickly discovered that we enjoyed the game probably not for the right reasons. We spent quite a lot of time on there, quite a lot of money, and it typically involved killing other people's digital toys. From that, we started chatting, and I got invited into Black Crow. I was doing events under the Black Crow gaming name, and I was still new to the tournament scene. I was part of a friendship group that wasn't into competitive Warhammer, and I really wanted to be a part of that sort of scene, and they were really negative about Warhammer in a competitive way. And actually I found that the most positive and joyful experience I've had is by joining a competitive gaming team. It just kind of, since then we were chatting and it just exploded. We started bringing people in and making a Norwich chapter, which I kind of led. Brought people in like Toby and some of our other friends, and I've obviously run tournaments on the side, which was supported by Black Crow, and since then we've just gone from strength, and this podcast is evidence of one of them. I mean, like Josh said, we're now 50 players strong, which when I tell people out there who I meet at tournaments, I'm like, yeah, we've got 50 players. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I just tell them we've got 15, 20 people going to the ITT, and it's probably going to be more. They're like, what? And I don't think they can quite get their head around the idea that, we're not making our players pay for this experience. we're not booting them out if they're not getting 4-1s. We're literally doing it because we're a bunch of people who want to have friends and want to be able to be a part of a group that has a similar interest. And the best thing about this hobby was chatting to each other about it. Personal hobby goals, I guess I'd quite like to keep kicking on with Custodes. I've had a good couple podiums this year. Obviously going into the new year, I hope Custodes are no longer at the bottom of the pile, so that I have some tools to do it. And I'm going to continue with my Chaos Knights because I am a filthy meta chasing douchebag like Josh. But I haven't gone as far as copying his list. I've got my own list with a great name, and I'm going to tell you. Would you like to hear my list name? Are you sure? I don't know.
Always.
And it is. Have you ever had a rampager in the rear?
From what Simon and Dale are saying, yeah, they both have.
That's a face of acceptance right there. Anyway, like a personal tournament wise, I'd love to see the team grow more. We're going to continue to grow it with everybody as a team. I'd love to see us obviously go higher in the tournament rankings. I know for some people that might not be their cup of tea, but ultimately part what's great about Black Crow Gaming, you can be a part of it without having to be a part of every part of it. So if there's you can literally pick the bits that you like about it. If you want the camaraderie and the list talk, you can be there for it. If you just want to go to the odd tournament, you can be there for it. If you want to get real in deep, like Toby has done, by all, yeah, with a rampager in the rear, by all means, come along and we'll start going to tournaments. We'll get you all the gaming merch. We'll get you dice. We'll get you everything you need, and come get drunk with us at weekends, basically. Yeah, it's probably the best bit. So I think the one thing about like COVID was that it kind of showed just how lonely people can be. And I know we are getting on a bit of a serious note here, and this is where the medical version of me comes out. But anyway, we got to COVID showed just how lonely life would be, and I think a lot of people, especially involved in Black Crow, definitely felt that in one way or another. And coming and joining this team, and the people have like a misconception of what competitive Warhammer is about. But essentially, you're joining a team, you're talking about the things you love, and you're around people who have the same interests. What is not to love about that? And the best thing about it is that everyone's got each other's back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like I've got a bucket list dream of one day to literally have a whole dedicated room to just my Warhammer books. I have loads. I do a lot of reading of the lore in the background, and I really enjoy that. And that's like a part of the hobby I love, and I have loved for the last 20 years. And I think all of us here have got it for different reasons. And I think this is a pretty. Sorry, go on. Say what you're going to say. Yeah, I mean, I could have a very, very good chat about how much of a bell end Erebus was. Not the part 2. Do you know? Have you? We're going to go on to a bit of a lore apparently before I sign off. Has anybody here read the Soul Drinkers? If you read the omnibus and you want to know what Warhammer is about, folks, and if there's one lot of books I can tell you that will sum up the crazy shit that happens in Warhammer 40k lore, the Soul Drinkers is the books for you.
Yeah, they're all warped.
So spoilers, guys. The chapter master of the Soul Drinkers turns into a giant spider, and people are okay with it.
Sarpedon.
Yes.
Funnily enough, Sarpedon, actually that name was inspired by one of the ancient Greek heroes that was one of Zeus's sons that was cursed to die at a certain point. It's a really poignant scene in the Iliad as well. So just a little random fact for you as well. But yeah, really, Sarpedon's final stand in the Iliad is one of the most famous bits of tragic writing in a Greek epic.
God damn, that got real deep. Okay, and on that note, I'm going to love you and all leave you. And take...
Merry Christmas!
Bye.
Christmas!
Bye.